Here's a question that I get asked sometime by potential clients. So recently I had a young couple that was referred to me by my past client. I got an email. Hey, it's such and such. I got your information from Carly, and we're looking to buy our first home, but we don't know where to start. And my previous client, she had texted me like, hey, my friend is going to reach out to you just to let you know. So I was expecting that email. So soon she texted me, I checked my email and I saw Brian responded. My name is Kris Ramotar from Real. I'm a local realtor serving Windsor Essex County. And by the way, if you're considering moving to or within Windsor Essex County, whether it's buying, selling, or relocating, please feel free to reach out to us. We have helped many people just like you make the right informed decision. Ever so often below, you'll find our contact information. Let's get into our video. So I picked up the phone. I don't like to text and email, so I picked up the phone and I called him like, hey man, that was quick. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I think speed is very important because you don't want to waste people's time and keep people waiting. How can I help you? So he told me what he was looking for. And he said, hey, can we get together and have a meeting? And let's talk about what's the process like, because we don't know where to start. So we met in LaSalle, and while having a conversation, I said, I think the first thing we should do is let's get you a pre-approval. I think talk to your bank first, both of you, start a process, and this way you'll know how much you could afford, what your monthly payment's going to be, and how much of a mortgage like you could qualify for. And I said, once you have that in place, then we could come up with some idea as to where you decide that you want to buy a home based upon your location as well as your budget. That's going to be the key, affordability. So they did that, and then go back to me. It's like, hey, we approve for such and such. Preferably, we would like to be in LaSalle or South Windsor, potentially Amherstburg. East Windsor was a little farther out for them. So during the course of home searching, we came up with the criteria, what they wanted, and they were very proactive. They knew what they wanted, so they reached out to me. And I'm going to walk you through the journey of how everything goes from meeting with myself and having a discussion, and how everything progresses from a first-time home buyer perspective. So I don't have you sign any paperwork until the day of the offer. I believe it's like you building trust with me, and I'm giving you value. And if you feel that we're a good fit for each other, and if I feel we're a good fit, we will move forward. Now, if I feel that is something I can help you with and we're not on the same page, then sometime I would say, hey, you know what, I would love to help you, but right now, based upon the situation, what you're looking for, I can't help you. I'm always honest, and I come from a place where I feel I'm sincere enough to tell you the truth, and sometimes I may come across as being raw and uncut and, you know, edgy, but that's how I am. I'm sometimes filtered, unfiltered, but I tell you the truth, and I don't know how to sugarcoat things sometimes. I could come across as being very dry and raw, and I apologize for that, but that's just how I am. I don't sugarcoat things. Now, here's what happened next. So we got a list of homes put together. They were doing their own open house searches, and they would send me a listing, and then we'll put together a history of homes that were sold that they were interested in, so that way they get a feel for the market. Because a lot of you will see the list price out there, and what happened is the list price is not normally the sold price, because everything is listed low and then they sell 50 to 100k above the list price. Most of the times the home that are listed higher sometimes sell on the list price, depend on the motivation of the seller, how long is on the market for, and the condition, location of the home. Those are factors that would determine the price. And once again, I had one of my potential viewer on social media said prices are subjective, which he's correct, because the price what somebody will pay for a home is what they feel in their mind that the value of the home is. And that's what I tell my client. Data will support most of the price you want to pay, but at the same time, it all comes down to what you could afford and how comfortable you are in making an offer term satisfactory for you buying that home. So once we see the home and we like the home, then we'll pull up the data and we'll discuss our strategy. Do you want a home inspection condition on there? Do we want a mortgage financing condition on that home? And once we feel we have a good grasp of what's happening, we'll draft an offer up. So normally when I draft an offer, I will send it to you as a draft. I don't have you sign anything. I'll say, hey, take a look at this. But before you sign anything, we'll review together. And once we're all in agreement of everything there and you understand the paperwork that I've sent to you and we've discussed together and then agreed upon together, that's when I will send you an electronic copy or have you sign in person if you're not a techie. Okay, and then once you sign it, I'll say, hey, double check it, download a copy, and make sure everything lines up to what we're talking about. And once I have a copy, I will review everything like once, twice, 3 times, just to make sure, 4 or 5 times, because I want to make sure they say cut once, measure twice. In my case, I don't know how many times I would double check, because I want to make sure when I submit that paperwork, everything is good. So once the paperwork or the offer is submitted at the time and date that the seller's agent is reviewing the offers, we have a timeline, and you will normally wait to hear back if they accept our offer or not. Now, if they accept your offer, we have normally 24 hours to give that deposit, which is a deposit is money to show in good faith that we put in a $5,000 or $10,000 deposit. Upon acceptance, due in 24 hours, either bank draft, certified check, e-transfer, wire transfer to the listing agent and that brokerage, and that will be held in trust. Okay, in the event if you have a home inspection or mortgage financing clause and it does not get approved, normally you get back that money without any interest within about a week, 2 weeks, depending on that brokerage. Okay, so you're protected. And that would normally go towards the purchase price of the property. That's done. If we had an home inspection, we'll do the inspection. Normally between, depending on what you put in the paperwork, if it's 2 days, if it's 5 business days or 7 business days. I always use business days. Holidays and weekend does not count. So we'll put that in there to protect you. And within the time frame, we'll get inspection done. And we just have to wait on the mortgage financing to be approved by your lender. During the inspection, if we find any issues, we could either negotiate the price to get back something for you, because you know you're gonna have to spend some money, and most of the time, depending on the seller, I mean, they will not lose a deal over a couple $1,000, depending on how big the damage is and the motivation of them. At the end of the day, we all work together for the best interest of our client, and we have a common goal. There's no egos involved. So if the inspection comes back pretty bad, there's a lot of major stuff that happened with the house that beyond, your comfort, we'll just send a message or call agents like, hey, we're going to send you a mutual release and you get back your deposit. Okay. So that's how that goes. After that, you're going to have to get a home insurance prior to closing. So this is especially if you have a mortgage, because without a home insurance, you can't close. And normally the inspection report will tell you what the home is consist of, the wiring, what kind of plumbing, what kind of amp is the electrical box, and all of that stuff that the insurance company can ask you. The square footage of the home, the year it was built, that's something I will provide for you. Okay. Now, once you come closer to the closing date, we have the lawyer. The lawyer is gonna get all information from myself and you. You'll be CC on everything, that all communication. You're gonna need a copy of the offer and all your personal information, contact information. You'll be CC with that lawyer, and everybody will be on the same page to see, transparency, all the communication, what's going on, what's needed and whatnot. For closing, if you're a first-time home buyer in Ontario, you're gonna have a $4,000 credit for your land transfer tax. You don't have to pay for the first $4,000. Anything above that, you'll have to pay. Okay. Lawyer fees ranges anywhere from $900 to $1,500, depending on disbursement. Every time you call or text that lawyer, remember this: you'll be charged So make sure you keep all your communication in bulk. And if you have a list of questions, send it like on one email, not separate question all the time. So something to think of. Before closing, we'll make sure you get a list of all the utility company to contact them to let them know that you're the new owner on this date you're taking possession, so that way you'll be billed on the correct date. And most of the time, the listing agent will normally get you that information from the seller. Okay. And just before closing day, the lawyer is going to contact you and say, hey, we need you to be available to sign. This is where we're located at. This is what you need to bring with you, a check. And they'll tell you all the costs, disbursement, tell you all the fees affiliated with that. Next, we will have closing date, which is the day you're going to close. Normally, most of the closing happen in the afternoon, depending on when the funds is exchanged between lawyers, and it will normally go into a trust account. Then once the title is registered and the ownership is changed to your name, the new home, then the funds are released, and then they call you like, hey, close, you're good to go. You get your keys, and I will normally have arrangement for the keys from the next agent, or you normally pick up your keys at a lawyer. Depends on what kind of arrangement you have. And congratulations, you bought yourself a home. Now, once you moved in, change your garage door codes, all exterior door locks. Make sure you change your driver license information, insurance, all banking information, health card, etc. So in a nutshell, that's how I normally walk through my client for buying their first home or even their second home, because sometimes there's gaps where 10-15 years ago they did it and things have changed. And I do hope you're finding value in our video. And if you'd like for us to help you anyway, leave a comment below or contact me, and take care. And don't forget to watch my next video coming right up here. See ya.